Hey, what's going on? It's Brian Pickowicz.
And Lindsey Rago here.
And we are your co-hosts of Conquer the Day.
What we see across the board and what we've experienced ourselves is the skill of being able to ask for support. Because this is not just something that we should do. This is a skill, right? If you think of it in terms of business, it's the ability to outsource and to hire, right? When there's an area where maybe you're lacking, or maybe the company that you work for or that you own is lacking as well. We need to be able to step in. We need to be able to find the right person to fill that gap and to really help us accelerate.
There's 3 questions to ask yourself in order to really start to develop the awareness around what you have to really pull into your space, or who you need to pull into your space. And so the first question is determine your result. What is the result that you want, right? And we're not just saying this is a byproduct of you working with the fitness project. Mm-hmm. It's more of what do you really want as your result for your health. It might be doing more yoga. It might be having more peace of mind. It might be that you want to optimize your hormone health, whatever it is, right? Or you might want to lose weight and feel amazing, right? Whatever it is, determine the result.
Yep.
And then once we determine the result, where do we go from there?
Then you have to ask, where can I get what I need, right? Where do I need to go? If your outcome or result was I want to be more flexible and do more yoga, maybe where you need to go would be a yoga studio, right? That's a totally different where do I need to go than I want to lose weight, I want to build a healthy lifestyle. In that case, where you need to go might be an online fitness coach. It might be somebody else who's coming into your space and actually acting as your expert, right?
Well, and I think the important thing about where is also it's a really great way to determine what the challenge is, right? So when you think of where, it's like, okay, where is my deficit? Where is the challenge? Where do I feel like the gap in my knowledge or my gap in my ability to execute is showing up? So that might also be a helpful way to think of that question as well.
Yeah, and then you can start tying in who do I need and who's going to be the right fit for me. Because there's a lot of options out there, but you need to make sure that the person you're pulling into your space is somebody that you trust, somebody that you like, hopefully, and somebody who has the guiding or supportive style that actually is going to make you feel like you want to show up at your best, right? If you need somebody who's going to come into your space and kick your butt in gear, then you might need somebody who's a bit more direct, a bit more intentional, a bit more intense, if you will, right? And if you're somebody who tends to beat yourself up a lot, you probably need somebody who's maybe a little softer, is going to hold some space for you, is going to help you walk through those valleys and really give you that love and guidance along the way. So asking that last question of who do I need that can really fill in this space, who's going to be the right fit for me, that really wraps up those 3 questions that can help you determine who you're going to pull into your space and feel confident in your decision.
And it's so important to recognize that if you're in this spot where this is something that you're starting to develop, it's a challenge for us all, right? I think for ourselves, like there's been multiple investments we've made in ourselves, so that's hiring mentors to teach us different skills, hiring different coaches, like all these different areas where we have had to ask, like, okay, if I'm investing here, am I actually going to hold myself accountable to show up? Right? Because it's not just enough to say, okay, I'm going to outsource and they're going to do the work. It's like, no, I'm outsourcing so they can help me do the work.
Right. It's an important one. There's definitely responsibility under it too. And what I would say to wrap that idea up is the best investments save you time. And not just time today, but time over the long haul to get your result. They put you on the fast track to getting the result that you want, to having the success you want, to having the growth you want. And I know that that's been something that has personally been challenging to accept for me is, oh, okay, if I can allow myself to lean on somebody, allow myself to receive support, and it's the right person, I'm going to accelerate my growth. Because it requires that little bit of vulnerability of like, hey, I actually have decided I can't do this by myself, or I don't want to do it by myself anymore, so let me take that leap. Let me put that faith in the speed track and trust that this person's going to really take me there.
Yeah, precisely. And so those are the points to really lean on if you're asking yourself, how do I acquire the skill? What do you want? What's the result? Where do you need to go in order to get that result, right? Like, what is the challenge? That can also be a helpful question to ask. It's like, okay, where's my deficit? What is keeping me from getting to that point? And then who? right? Who's going to be the person who steps in your life and really fills that gap for you? And so we hope this is helpful. We hope this kind of shifts that mindset around doing it on your own, because although it has gotten you to this point, it is not a badge of honor if it's not leading to the result you want. We hope this is helpful, though, as a simple little refresh, reframe, and now use this and ask yourself, where is this showing up for you? And go out and conquer your day.
Cheers.
Cheers.